Yoga has been shown to have many benefits, including increased flexibility, better balance, and improved mood. Now, I am not a certified yoga instructor and do not claim to be an expert in yoga, but I have enjoyed it from time to time over the years and wanted to share a few modified poses in a chair yoga workout. So all you'll need today is something sturdy and stable to sit on, as well as someone with you if your balance is a little shaky. Let's get into it. Our first pose is going to be a cat-cow pose. So the first way to start this is we're going to go ahead and curl our back in, and we're kind of bending over, and then we're going to open that up. Shoulders are going to come back, chest is going to puff out. Very nice, and your back is kind of curling in. Now we're going to go back, where your back is now becoming rounded. Very nice. And then let's open that up again. And as you're going through this, make sure that you are focusing on your breath. Let's one more time. Round our back over. And bring it up, shoulders back. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the next one that we're going into is seated pigeon pose. So you are going to take one of your legs, start with whichever one you feel comfortable with first. We'll do the other one next time. And you are going to try to cross that leg, that ankle, over your knee, opposite knee. So right ankle is crossing left knee. And you can just take and push down just a little bit on the knee that you have crossed for an even greater stretch. Lighten up on that if you need to, and then go ahead and press down. Now, if this one's a little too difficult for you, you can just try to bring your leg out to the side and do a gentle press this way. It's not exactly the same, but we're still getting a nice stretch in those legs. All right. Moving on to the next one, we're going into mountain pose. Now, let me show you what this would typically look like, and then I'm going to show you a modification. So mountain pose, usually we might bring our arms up out to the side, feeling so tall. I don't even think the camera is getting my hands. There we go. But they're going to come up sort of in a mountain shape, and you're going to push those arms up. Now, if you have got difficulty moving one of your arms and hands, here's the modification. Clasp your hands together and bring them up as far as you can. It may be that you stop here, and that's fine. This is why we're doing modified poses. Now, if you can bring them up just a little higher, it may mean that your unaffected hand is doing a lot of the work here, because arms are heavy, and you might be having to lift that affected arm with your unaffected. But regardless, as you're doing it, I just want you to be taking in those nice big deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's relax, and we're going into the next one, which is a twist. Specifically, we're going to be twisting to each side. Now, this is going to look like turning your trunk and your head all the way. Maybe you're looking at a wall or a window. Find something to focus on each way that you turn. Now, I want you to be really careful that you're not cranking around and twisting your back, your spine. We're gently twisting your trunk. So let's go ahead. We're going to turn the other way, and we're going to find something on this side to kind of spot and give a nice gentle twist to. Let's go back to the other side. Nice gentle twist. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Other side. Hold here for just a few seconds, and then come back to center. Very nice. Now, this is the last exercise before we start the whole set again. So we're going into a pose called forward fold. Now, typically this might be where you're reaching down to get both of your ankles or your feet, maybe even the floor, and you're just holding kind of this bent over pose. However, if that's really difficult with both of your hands, again, you can clasp them together and help hold them on your way down. You don't have to be aiming for anything in particular, but you're just gonna hold this pose, bending over, taking a nice deep breath. Now this one in particular is where I would say go ahead and come on up. This is where you might need somebody with you if your balance is not all that great, because sometimes when you're leaning forward, we may have a tendency to go all the way forward. So have somebody with you if you are concerned about safety. Okay, we are back to the first exercise, cat-cow pose. So let's go ahead and practice kind of rounding over our back and our shoulders, bending forward, and then let's bring it up, curving our back in, holding up, bringing those shoulders back. Chest is open, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna curl in. Back is becoming rounded. And then we're gonna go ahead and come back up. Ooh. Open our chest, take a big deep breath with me here. Shoulders are back, chest is open, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Fantastic. Let's move on to seated pigeon pose. Now this time, if you feel that you're able, you can switch legs. So this time, maybe left ankle is coming over right knee, and you are just gently using your hand to press that knee just a little further to give that leg, that hip, a little bit more of a stretch. And you're just gonna hold here for a few seconds, breathing deeply while you do so, in through your nose and out through your mouth, and paying attention to how your body is feeling. As always, if you're feeling any pain, I want you to back off, step away. Now again, if that's not really a feasible pose for you, you can bring your leg out to the side and just kind of press to help open up that leg, open up the hip just a little bit, the groin area, and give a nice stretch that way. Like I said before, it's not exactly the same, but we are getting a sort of similar stretch here. Okay, let's come on back. We're going back into mountain pose. So if you've got full range of motion in your arms, you can bring your arms out to the side. Or if you just want to practice it, that's fine too. And your hands, let me back up a little bit, are going to come up in this mountain pose. That's kind of where you're going to end. And you're just going to hold here, trying to be nice and tall, like a mountain. Picturing yourself strong, tall. But again, if that pose is not quite feasible for you, go back to the modified pose I showed you before. Hands are clasped, and you're using your unaffected hand to help raise your affected. That might be here, it might be here, or up here, but you're just holding wherever feels comfortable for you. Okay, we're moving on back to our twists. Now again, we're being very careful to try and keep our spine straight and move our trunk. We're not trying to twist our spine. We're moving our trunk and our head together, and we're focusing on something on each wall, each way that we turn, so that we're focusing our attention there. We're breathing deeply with each twist that we make. And back. Doing fantastic. Coming back. These are very gentle twists. You shouldn't be moving very quickly or forcefully. These are very intentional movements. Absolutely fantastic. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. And guess what? We are at our last exercise. You made it this far. Let's go through the last one, forward folds. Again, if you feel comfortable enough, both hands can come down if you have the movement. You're reaching down maybe to your ankles, maybe to your toes. If you can make it to the floor, maybe that's where you come. And you're just holding this gentle forward fold. Bring it back up for me. If it's not feasible to bring your arms in that movement, clasp them again like you did with mountain pose, but this time we're gonna go down. We're bringing arms down as far as you can make it. We're just holding here, gently breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's bring it back up. Absolutely fantastic. Everyone, you made it through. That was our gentle chair yoga workout today. Leave me a comment if you use yoga as part of your home rehab practice and if you have seen any benefits from it. And as always, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below if you'd like to sign up for the email list, which gets you free stroke recovery tips and motivational emails every week, as well as a free copy of my ebook, The Stroke Recovery Pocket Guide. And if you find value in what we do and you're able, please consider donating to Post Stroke, either via a one-time donation or by becoming a Patreon member, where in exchange for a monthly donation, you get access to cool perks like social media shoutouts, behind-the-scenes footage, and even YouTube shoutouts, of which I have one today. Thank you so much, Doug C., for continuing to contribute at the Empowerer level. We cannot do what we do without you. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.